Tell you what, on the way to this emerald, why don't you lead me to another promised land, Tanner?
I'm looking right now for number 6. Where is 6?
Gonna need some more gears though, because that was your last one.
Oh, yes.
Well, thankfully there's no shortage of guardians around here. So much time for that.
You did it a lot quicker than I did. I think I tried to do it the long way, you know, like all the others where you back in on yourself, but no, there is just an easy route for it.
Ah, okay. Hello? Fuck boys, where are you?
Somebody must want to fight around here.
Yeah, this is the kind of stuff that I like, going through the dense woodlands and whatnot. We saw a little bit of this in like the first trailer, well, first couple of trailers for Frontiers. And then we got like that really cool TV one, which apparently showed off like Rhea and Uranus Islands in plain sight, and everyone just thought it was Kronos, because why wouldn't you?
But no, like these sections where there's a lot of greenery and that, like for all the hang-ups I have with certain parts of this game's presentation, when there's a lot of trees and you're just running through a Sonic, that is absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's again, it's the CG cutscenes brought to life. You know, we have the doing it with the Sonic CD opening, and we have there was other ones. Was it? I forget which one had Sonic running through the woods that it's very similar to.
Well, the one it makes me think of is one of the actual like CG cutscenes partway through 06, you know, where Sonic and Elise are running away.
That's what I'm thinking of.
It really does look like that. It pulls off the same kind of look, but in engine. Nice.
Oh.
That killed him in one hit. Oh, hot dang.
Don't fuck with Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh, there's a little bit of marshlands and whatnot. That's what I'm talking about, right? It's like Uranus is Kronos with a bit more character to it.
It really is. It's like just a slight bit of distinction, so you know that like you've moved on and you made progress. But it's enough that it feels like it absolutely could be just joined together if they wanted to do that.
Good. I win anyway. Okay, let's head away from here, because that's probably where some things are going to be fun.
Do you want to check your skills now you're at 50?
Okay. We got a homing attack, or we got a loop kick.
What's the one on the left?
Don't get that one. Don't get the auto battle.
Yeah, we'll just have the homing shot then. The only thing that I don't like about this one is sometimes you can accidentally fire it when you're trying to do a homing attack chain.
Mm-hmm.
And I made the mistake of unlocking that before going into Rhea Island. And so some of those towers were much more difficult than they needed to be.
Oh lordy, I can imagine. Hello.
Oh, you really are just a free gear.
No.
I had enough of your bullshit today, mate.
Wow. Yeah, no, free.
Nice. So are there any cyberspace portals around here, Tanner? Oh.
Pop open. Oh, well, actually, that might be one right there. If that might be 4-6, if what I'm looking at is correct.
Survey says 4-6.
Yeah.
So we'll grab this and go get the yellow emerald, and hopefully then it'll trigger a cutscene, because we haven't really had any so far. Ah, it's 2D, icky.
At the very least, it is straight from Sonic Generations here, so we can enjoy that.
Can we though? Because it's like the same thing but worse.
It's the Generations one with the good bits taken out.
A burger's still a burger, even if it's kind of not great.
But what if it's shit?
Tanner, this is the burger, except you accidentally ticked to take the bun out when you ordered it. This is really no, pizza, no tomato, left beef on it.
I'm not actually sure if we even need any more portal keys at this point, because after we get to the next emerald, won't that be like, what, 3 or 4?
Something like that. I do remember, for my own run of this, trying to get them all down in one run. I think I was here for like a fucking hour. It's one of those levels.
Alright, this section here I remember was giving me so much trouble for the speed run.
Yeah, I can see why.
It's just awkward enough that it's gonna kill a run that you had up to that point, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Good enough.
So I think actually, since we are going to need a large number of more of those gears, I think directly under us there should be another guardian for us to fight.
Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about. No, it's bueno.
Well, we gotta get more, unless you want to fish them. That is also an idea.
I could fish them. Oh, hey. 2 for the price of yes.
So we could probably just speed through it at this point, but...
Yeah. No more today. Ooh, no, sir.
Stop avoiding the gunk monster.
Never. Okay, that one we've been to. That seemed a lot closer. The last no.
It's because there's that massive fucking valley, isn't there?
They also want us to get the gold one first, because order matters.
Alright, let's get another scenic shot, doing this at night. Sprint through. God, that's beautiful.
Blades will bleed, shields will shatter. I have a mask on. I guess I'm the best one.
Maxwell Silverhammer itself.
Why does that keep happening? That's irking me.
It's trying to lock on the homing attack to the middle of him rather than the outside part that you can actually see. And I guess it's not quite sure how to handle the fact that it's colliding with him first.
I can do this as long as you can. I don't really know what knocked me over there. Good.
It's like these particular enemy types, they're not getting harder, they're just getting a little bit more irritating each time. There's always like one extra thing. Oh hey, you got Chivo.
Yeah, defeated all Guardian types.
Oh, that must be the one you missed on your personal playthrough then.
Maybe. Good job, Tom. Just reveal your complete lack of perspective, skill, etc., etc.
The thing that annoys me about the achievement system on the Xbox Series X, like, you can turn off the notifications for new games, but if you're playing an Xbox 360 game, like, despite the fact that the Xbox 360 itself could turn those notifications off, you can't on the new one. And that annoys me so much, because I really don't like having pop-ups on the screen for any reason.
That's fair.
The PS5 has that exact same problem with when you enter a part of the game that's supposed to be recording off. With the PS4, you can turn off that notification, but with the PS5, if you enter a no-no recording zone, even if you have a capture card that will absolutely go past that, it will still pop up, and that is annoying.
It is so funny seeing that kick up in, like, Let's Plays and shit, though, and when it's like, the instruction clearly hasn't been followed here.
Oh, I sees you.
Ruins and treasures. You'd be right at home here, Nux.
That's like one of the only one of those that we got in the entire game.
It does feel kind of arbitrary as to where they kick in, yeah. Now, I guess it's like a reward for exploring the island, but also there's no prompt if you're looking for them, like you're specifically looking for them, that's where it's gonna kick in.
Yeah.
Let's go all the way back to the other side.
It's okay. I'll get us there lickety-split. Alright, sure is being generous with these things, I wonder why.
It makes it more bearable trying to unlock the story parts.
Unlimited boost. What a good secret. Because I feel like a lot of gamers, that'll be one of the first things they're going to try and do, is do a little figure eight. You know, aside from the obvious Among Us and penis, but...
You've already filled your quota for that, Tom.
Well, you know, I was feeling a bit sus, what can I say?
How do we even have any subs left?
Hey, I brought this channel down, not you. You don't get to say that.
Hey, I've been working really fucking hard too. Give me some credit.
Really? I hadn't noticed.
Can ramp up the cringe even more if you want.
No thanks. You just existing hits the quota.
Oof.
Thank you. I'm very proud.
Speedrun tech. Oh, hey. Nah, I'm good.
I just took one look at that. I'm like, no, it's fine.
Not today, Zerg.
I think that's a ghost one up there.
Nah, I'm good. I am in just finish the game mode right now. Not because I'm not having fun, but because I'm in finish the game mode. What can I say?
That's fair. The ghosts, I will say, they are probably my least favourite type of encounters overall, and that is purely because they have that ring draining mechanic that it's not overly hard, but it's just an extra level of pressure when you're already paying attention to like precise jumps on the grind rails.
Mm-hmm. Let's have an optional sage while we're here.
I'm so used to using the Chaos Emeralds, it's kind of hard to accept they're from space.
Yes, they were central to the Ancients' power and native to their world. They are the only things that can awaken all the functions on the island, and were taken away with the last survivors to another land.
Without the Emerald's power, the island's functions eventually shut down.
That is why I drew them here. I hope to use the Ancients' technology to stop the emergence of their old foe.
I just had a thought. Do you think Angel Island started floating with the power of the Master Emerald to get away from perfect chaos?
Ooh. Maybe.
Maybe. I'm just trying to piece together the timeline that we know, because like we know about like chaos causing like the problems before, like in the backstory for Adventure 1. I could see that happening though.
Well, we know for sure because they said that the stuff with the ancients came, before the echidnas.
Yeah.
So definitely, like this was way long before all of that.
Just something to think about.
Next thing to think about is the Shadow sequel, where you got to find 35 artificial ancients.
No!
I never even thought about how, like, technically all those artificial chaos are totally, like, artificial ancients. That's kind of cool.
It does give them something they could dig into further if they ever wanted to go back to, like, the lore on the Ark and that, as to, like, the extent of the research that was going on at that time. Because they did refer to them as the artificial chaos, which suggests that that's all they would have known about. But I feel like there is also more they could dig into there if they wanted to. I just really want Shadow 2, okay? Let me have this.
Alright, which ones do we have left, Tanner?
So many ruins. I'm not letting it happen again.
Force 7 is, if we open up the map, it's going to be in the very, so you see the very top where you have right there, like the top middle. So you're going to go now to the left, left. So even past where we have visible, there's a little bit there, yeah, and it'll be out past there.
I think this might be locked, actually.
I thought 4-9 was the locked one. But we'll see. If not, then I can also get us 4-9.
God, this level's so big, but he's also speeding by us so quick when we have this boost.
Yep. That's what it's for.
Yeah, maybe find a way that doesn't involve falling off the edge here.
Look, man. All artists are unappreciated in their time. I'm just going with what I know. Why is that leading into the ocean?
Which should be around here. It's on like a little mini island. Possibly that, maybe? It was tough with no place to actually see on the map. We definitely want to fight any guardians on the way too, because we need at least 2 more to get them all.
Oh, that is one that you literally just stand there and parry it runs.
Yeah.
Oh, is this the one that's locked?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you have to do something for the puzzle to unlock or not? Because I think the puzzle is just middle, right, left.
Oh, my man's trying. Oh my god. Oh my god, he on X Games mode.
Oh well, we have a workaround now.
Sonic, you didn't do it.
No, Sonic, come back! The ancients clearly said you must open the gate. Well, whatever. Don't go crying at me if you explode. Force 7. That was the one I was concerned about. The other one should be fine. You'll just pay a visit to Big on the way back.
God, this city aesthetic at night is gorgeous.
There are actually a couple interesting mods that I saw for Frontiers. One of them does randomize the time of day for every stage when you go in. So you can get, the night city, the sunset city, the day city, and every time you go in, it'll be different. Kind of just a fun one to play around with.
That's actually a really good idea for a mod that I wouldn't have thought of. But yeah, that especially if you're coming back to the levels and you're, like doing a run to get the rings and then you're doing a speed run and whatnot. That's just a good way of like making it feel a little bit more interesting. Like, there is also part of me that would just want to set every level at night, just because I feel like that's the most consistently good looking aesthetic for these levels. But yeah, no.
Well, you are a night owl, Flame.
Yeah, I'm more comfortable at night in general.
I'm kind of the opposite, honestly.
Yeah, it's strange, because for me it's like, a certain part of it is just an anxiety thing, I feel more like I'm alone and less likely to be interrupted at night. But also it's just, I look out and my garden's hardly a looker, but at the same time it just looks much nicer.
Bless you. Yo,
look at that!
fucking stomped it. Oh, I see. You bypass the gate, and then you get everything in one go. Don't even know why I bother being a sage at this point. Nice. Collect Sage's memory tokens.
Oh, we're definitely gonna have to go visit Big then. God, if I could get one of those in Animal Crossing, holy crap.
Really? It's hard enough getting a regular one. He was right. The prophecy was right.
Easy.
All along. Okay, so we need, what, a couple of portal gears and a bunch of Sage memory tokens?
Yep, we need specifically 2 portal gears. Well, we need 3 in total, so that should be, 2. And then the memory tokens, and that's pretty much all we have to spend it on.
Yeah, once you got the gears, just blow the rest of it on the tokens, and then that should carry you through the rest of the island.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's 3 free items.
That'll do.
Would you like to try? I'll let
Sold out. It's sort of cheating, but, it's a reliable way of getting what you need.
Would you like to try?
It's an option. It's clearly put in here for a reason, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you've got an open game like this that has multiple things going on, it is good to have that option, and it means that, if you're just not feeling fighting the overworld enemies, you can skip that and go straight onto a proper level if that's how you want to play the game.
Oh, wait, it still says we need more.
Alright, we might actually have to do some of the platforming sections that we've just been running past through most of this island.
Ah. Okay, I'm giving that fucker a wide berth over there.
Before we run over there, we should probably do the last cyberspace level.
Yes, good point.
So I think it is on the bottom left corner of the map.
That makes sense, and I'm roughly about there anyway, so...
I think it's a little past that, actually. There's a little bit more to your left, but it should work. It's close enough.
Witness me!
Can't catch me, bitch! I love the boss music just sort of fading out as he gives up.
Well, that's my day scuppered. Alas.
Yeah, just keep following the edge of the cliff here and you'll find it.
Perimeter of the cliff, not off the cliff.
Shut up. Ah! I want to live!
Your actions imply otherwise.
The slowest death.
Hello. One last seed intake. Nice.
Yeah, it's down on the lower level here.
That is a terrifying jump.
Yeah, so you're gonna want to go, just follow this path and you'll get there.
Sure I haven't gone past it?
Might be in the middle of these stone structures, because it looks like there's a bunch of stone structures on the map there.
Ah, there it is. Oh, it's the big one.
But it's not that hard of a level, if I recall correctly.
Nope, it's a pretty fun one.
It's more fun, if anything.
Places to go, gotta follow my rainbow and so on. Here we go, the last cyberspace level in the game. I wish I had a thing that just popped up when I was doing chores that just said waiting completed. Yes!
We get the boot!
So good.
That is a really hard red ring to get, by the way.
Yeah, because you sort of want to do the trick at the exact right moment.
Honestly, for us, this is just a victory lap at this point. We're just having fun.
Yeah. Damn you.
It might be its own unique level theme, but it's definitely going for like the City Escape vibes, isn't it? From the intro right up to like the kind of platforming structures we got going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the official wiki here says original with elements comparable to City Escape from Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, because we did have the direct remake earlier, didn't we? So this is more just like a spiritual successor to City Escape.
Once again, it's just like I play some of these levels and I look at them and all I can think is like these are really good level layouts compared to what we've had for a long time, and I just wish that they had different themes.
If you put all these levels together back to back, then you have got forces, basically, haven't you? If you think about like the runtime.
Alright, come on, Tom. Oh boy. Yeah, baby!
There we go.
Yeah, that's the one that's been given a shit.
Well, at least I'll get some kind of ring reward for this.
Yeah, and plus it's just fun to play through again. Like, this level is just, the layout is fun. The only problem is sections like this with the kind of 3D platforming, just because if you've been used to the controls on the overworld there, you might have a bit of trouble.
At least you can still skip part of that section there just by timing the air dash right. So, you know, like, it can be a bit of a pace breaker your first time, but after that, you know, you can just speed through that shit.
I will be 4 rings off. Oh, never mind, it was 120.
Oh, cool.
Look at that, we even got the time.
That is a good way to finish off Cyberspace. So, Tanner, Cyberspace as a whole, thoughts, go.
The level layouts range from annoying to great recreations to good original ones. Overall, if they had more themes, I would have enjoyed them more. As they stand, I don't mind them as a side part of the game. I didn't view them as a major component. Some people did. I definitely looked at them more as just a little side venture, and I enjoyed them as such, but I wouldn't want them to be the focus going forward. I think the overworld is the better part of the game.
What about you, Flo?
Once the ancients landed on this world,
I'm
they
kind of
cultivated the
torn a
islands
little
to
bit.
be
I
their
like
home.
that there are these,
This place in
like,
particular
more
was like
traditional
a
modern
prayer
Sonic
and reflection.
kind of gameplay
They
sections
hoped
just to
live in
break up
peace.
the overworld, just as a
When
bit
they
of a
learned
change
that
of
enemy
pace.
had followed
And
them
I
there,
realised
they
that a lot of my
prepared to
hang-ups
defend
with
this
the way the game
world.
controls,
The walls,
like in
cannons,
Cyberspace,
towers,
is just them trying
all
to make
for a
it blend
desperate
with the
last
overworld
stand.
control.
That
Because,
explains
you know,
all the
if
stuff I
it
saw on
suddenly
the run.
jumped from
I
the
wondered if they
overworld
were
controls
preparing
to
for a fight.
generations,
Now
it
I
might
know.
catch new players off guard.
This is where the ancients
But
would gather to
I
simply
do
be
find the
together,
controls a
to
bit,
cherish those
like, they're a
who
bit
left.
inhibiting. It
Right.
definitely
They
feels, if you're
recorded
comparing it
everything.
to Generations
Their
or
history,
Unleashed or
their
whatever,
aspirations,
it feels like a
their
step
hopes,
down.
their
So I
dreams.
guess it's kind of between a rock and
So
a
they
hard
would
place.
never be truly gone.
I'm curious to see what they're going to do with that if they come back to this sort of structure, whether they're going to build on that or whether they're going to take that out and maybe have a different gameplay style as like the distraction part. So I feel like structurally it works, it's just, you know, maybe modern Sonic as we know it doesn't, it just doesn't blend in quite as well as maybe something else could have, like maybe a more adventure style level design structure or whatever would have.
Yeah, no, I understand completely, mate. For me, it does kind of feel like, I don't know if stopgap is the right word, but something fail-safe. Maybe they weren't completely 100% confident about this whole open zone thing. So here's something just there as a fail-safe, just in case, you know? It's obvious which of the two gameplay styles got more, you know, love and care, i.e. the one that actually needed it. The only thing that lets Cyberspace down for me is the controls just aren't as fluid as, you know, we've had in Generations, or even Forces to a certain extent. And, you know, the lack of themes, there's not even a fire and ice theme, that really bums me out. So, you know, controls a bit too stiff, lack of themes, reusing entire layouts, I get it, like in terms of the story and whatnot, but I don't know, I feel you could have gone wholly original, like hired a team specifically to do that and it would have been fine. I do hope, like Flame said, they bring this, you know, boost style back, but just make it more original this time. That's really all I can ask for.
And like some people might be hearing saying that like it's like a failsafe and that as a bad thing. I don't necessarily think it is, because when you've got an entirely new game structure like this, you do risk alienating existing players, and so if it needs to have this transitional phase, then I do get it. I get it entirely. You know, you've got to ease people into something new rather than just change everything they know. And again, it's the sort of thing that I think if they follow up, then what, like the other non-open world gimmicks they go with, they'll have a bit more breathing room next time.
Okay.
We got to bear in mind the context of how Sonic gets critiqued, because there are, like, I don't want to harp on this too much, but there are people who absolutely will not give Sonic the benefit of the doubt. And so, at the very least, by having Cyberspace, there, that's at least some screen caps of something that looks like the Boost Sonic that you know and love, so that even if it had been absolutely torn apart, if reviewers had hated the open world for whatever reason, it's something that a casual player or like a typical Sonic player could look at and think, you know what, I don't mind, this still looks fun in its own right.
Right.
And so I get it from a business perspective.
Whee!
And down we go in the drink.
Oh. We just need one more.
Well, it was a couple more. Oh. Oh, hey!
Well, there you go.
Yeah, there we go.
It counts.
Okay, that lie is because I believe the Chaos Emerald is inside this thing. So if I just check... No, actually.
Yeah, it's behind it.
The point of no return is the one that's inside. So you might want to switch to hard now, yeah.
Yeah. Apply the changes. There we go. Sup, Sage? Are you just spinning in circles over that? No.
I was watching you, Sonic. I'm very confused.
There is a Chaos Emerald inside. Your power is required to access it.
First, we gotta open that door. Are you good with hanging around? I thought you were supposed to be looking after Eggman while he helps hunt down the emeralds.
I will be at his side when he needs me. For now, we must focus on the task at hand. Use your power to start the system. Hurry, our time is limited.
Who wants more Ikaruga?
Me. Always. At every point in my life.
Oh. Somber. Just what I expect from a Frontiers commentary.
Whereas I'm of the opinion that I've done 2 shmups for the channel already and that's enough for me. There you go, you trying the strat. Eventually it will bring more in, but this lets you get some free hits on the big one.
Game's like, no, stop that. Come on, come on. What are you doing?
Stop being a little bitch, innit?
But being a little bitch is all I know how to do with shmups.
Oh, there goes a life.
That's fine, we do have a couple. This is just all practice.
God, ain't it just? Don't like that.
It's kind of a difficult one.
This is where 100% you have to learn about the polarity system, as they call it.
Oh boy. That one's tricky. Next one's a bit harder.
You're in. For now, that's what matters.
Emerald number 6, here we come. So, earlier you said I had 0 chances of winning. You change your mind yet?
No. But I have not run a simulation on our present circumstances either.
Well, maybe you should do that, because if you're a
So
computer, that
saying
should
maybe
be
is
done
a
quickly.
chance.
Yeah.
I am saying we are in a desperate situation. The threat we face is beyond imagination.
Hey, if there's even a 1% chance I can turn that despair of yours into hope, I won't disappoint.
My fucking protag.
Alright, so if you're playing this and you haven't done what we did a minute ago, a change in difficulty, this is the point where you want to make sure you're on hard mode.
I mean, all it changes is like the credits theme, well, the second credits theme, and you get a little bit of, you know, maybe post-credit stinger. But it's entirely up to you.
One more. I gotta hurry up.
Sonic!
Oh, there you are. I'm surprised I didn't run into you. I went all over the island.
I know.
He's getting the be nice talk.
You're not fast enough, so I found it for you. Go ahead and beat that giant.
Thank you.
You know, I think us getting 6 and him getting 1 is not the best ratio for teamwork.
It's fine. Don't. I want this to go as smoothly as possible. Also, I love that it's raining. You know you love it. Now, I did say Oro's Island was probably my second favourite island in the game. This is my least favourite Titan fight. It's a real shame.
Yeah, I don't mind this one actually, because it's as long as you realise that you got to get the things that shoot the projectiles out of the way before you can really do anything. That might be what filters you the first time, but I think this one's okay. Maybe I'm biased because I really like I'm Here, the main theme that's playing during this.
I had a laughing fit when I saw the name Supreme, just because it is that clothing brand, and it's like such a meme that when I saw it, I couldn't believe it. It was so, it's literally in a red thing too. It's so funny.
Yeah. Alright, let's get some hits in. This is probably the easiest one to get in with the full 400 rings, because there's literally no hazards at all into that section leading up to it.
Sonic went a bit crazy there. The reason I rate this one the lowest, and this is all relative, because it's still a fun fight, is because it doesn't have the freshness of Giganto, and it doesn't reach its potential either, which is just a bit of a shame. And they actually did dig up some unused QTE stuff for Supreme, where he uses his gun a hell of a lot more.
So it's interesting. I actually had him use the gun on me a couple times. I don't know if it was just because I was on like the 1.0 or I swear I've seen him use that one gun QTE on me. I don't know. Maybe it is just a placebo or something.
Alright, you got a little bit of an Angel of Death thing going on here.
Well, this is literally the mass-produced EVA units, which are, you know, part Angel, like, same color scheme and everything, too. It's so blatant, and I love it.
Where did those wings go, by the way?
Good question. He just does that occasionally to look cool. They have no tactical advantage.
I do love a bit of I'm Here, though.
So I will say, when we first heard I'm Here, we had the preview for that around the same time we got the preview for Vandalize, and I feel like Vandalize kind of overshadowed it a little bit. Like, this song has grown on me a lot, especially since we do hear like the main riff as a leitmotif over the course of the game leading up to this vocal kicking in.
See, this is what happens if you try to counter without taking out all the things.
Yeah, don't get too cocky.
Yeah, the spin to win.
I may or may not be intentionally jumping just so we get to hear more of the song.
Yeah, hey, that's fine.
Tom, you're fucking up, you can be honest.
It's definitely a chaotic boss fight with just all these projectiles everywhere, and again, like the near energy from it is huge too. But I liked it. I didn't mind this one. You just have to make sure to take out his little ads, as they call them.
Just wail on him.
Yeah!
Down he goes.
So yeah, I just think there was a lot more they could have done with that, especially since he has like a jetpack and a gun. I feel like a chase boss would have been preferable to like a near type boss. But hey, great music. He looks cool, and I'm not saying the fight is terrible or anything, but it's definitely a product of a rushed development cycle.
I feel like it also does suffer from being like the fourth massive boss. Like, these are all spectacle bosses, but eventually, you know, it gets harder to bring new, bigger and more exciting spectacles when you've already blown your load in the first three.
Is that it?
All we did was chase it out of its shell. It's retreating into space to regain its true form. Even Supersonic won't be able to stop it.
This is where I got sad.
I must leave you.
I understand. Go. Fulfill your function.
I love Sonic having serious stories again. And, you know, not po-faced, not edgy, not overly dark, but serious. It takes the source material seriously.
Hurry.
It wants to earnestly tell a story,
He's first.
and I appreciate that.
I'm just going to tell you all ahead of time. There may be some editing on this next thing.
Be careful, dear daughter.
Aw.
Moon 2.
Oh, well, that's it. We're done, guys.
Final boss, the credits. It's like Super Smash Bros.
Are you going to let him do it all over again? I need your help. We can end this. Please.
Who likes Ikaruga?
Yeah, I do. I love this so much.
So yes, this is the bonus boss that kicks in if you're on hard mode here. If you're playing on normal, then it just skips ahead to a QTE. But, you know, we want to do this properly. We want to win with pride, so... yeah, let's see Tom try and hack the moon, or whatever the fuck's going on here.
Frick, we're hacking the moon.
There is a very raw speech going on in the background, but unfortunately they didn't use any subtitles, so I don't know, just one of you want to look up a transcript or something?
I can.
Yeah, go for it, Tan. Now, I will say that's always been one of my pet hates, whenever you've got clear voice lines going on, but they don't show what they're actually saying. It also gets you into a false sense of security here, because this looks like a pretty predictable pattern, but it will go absolute batshit crazy.
Oh yeah.
In not too long.
They were finite. I am infinite. I am nothing.
can one mote of golden light illuminate within the abyss? Countless stars, countless worlds, all fell to me. I saw your mind as you ran through my prison. You have fought machines and gods. They were mighty. They were finite. I am infinite, which is...
Not that infinite.
I am nothing. You struggle as many have done before. You will all be consumed like those before you. My captors built a whole reality to contain me. My captors burnt their souls away to fuel their engines, and you glitter, you fly about like a gnat. I am inevitable. You are not victorious. The end comes for all.
Fucking love it.
It's so good.
Kind of metal, and I love that.
It's the most metal.
I don't know what the best word for it is, but it's like just owning itself.
Now, I did paraphrase. There is a bit more that's said there, but it's a real good little speech. You can give it a look up yourself.
What might help is to hold on to the bombs until the overwhelming parts show up.
They're better as a defense than an offense.
Darn it.
Alright, you got one more? It's usually these ones at the side that get me, because, you know, you're paying such close attention to the things shooting at you that just having them coming from a completely different part of the screen entirely, it's kind of hard to work with.
Stay at the bottom, you should be fine.
See, that's the part I didn't clock onto.
Okay, I think we're back.
We got to the safe zone, we have a couple of reserve lives. We have a bomb ready to go if we need it as well, so let's hope this plays out how we want it to.
So Tanner, how do you feel about just going completely in a different direction for like this sort of final boss? Do you think it works in the context of Frontiers?
Yes, I do think so. Mostly because it's Ikaruga, and that is based that they're introducing more children to such a good genre of game. So I am more than happy with it, and plus, unlike some Sonic games where you get a new type of gameplay system for Super Sonic at the end, this isn't new. Like, we've done the hacking minigames. This is not just an out-of-nowhere sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I don't mind it for the fact that it is something you've done before. It's not a complete surprise for you. Should there have been maybe a few more hacking minigames? I think so, because to get you more ready for it. But otherwise, I really like this, and it's just fun. I think it's a neat thing, you know, based on the fact that it's you know, Sega and shooters are super linked. So I like that.
No matter what form I take.
I'm okay with the idea of them having a boss that is this. Because, like, you know, as Tanner said, the game's kind of already introduced it, and that. I'm not too keen on the idea of it being, like, the secret final boss that's this. After all the, like, Titan bosses have been these really cool spectacle bosses, presentation-wise at least, to go from, like, the big epic moments to a more, like, you've just got all these voice lines being read to you while you play what is essentially just a hard mode of the hacking game. I don't know, it kind of doesn't go the way I would have expected it to go.
I do think there should have been at least something that tied into the regular Supersonic gameplay, but who knows, that might still happen.
Yeah, we've got that DLC to come, and Kishimoto has been talking about, you know, the end game a hell of a lot. Now get ready, because here comes a new QTE. But if you fail it, don't worry, because it's very funny.
This QTE here, if you're playing on normal mode, this is what the game skips straight to. Like, without any of the shmup section.
Oh, it's so rad!
That, folks, was Sonic Frontiers. The endgame kind of drops the ball a little bit, but I find the end to be a fun boss. It can be pretty difficult, but again, it is a hard mode boss. You do not have to engage with it whatsoever if you don't want to. Don't mind me, just flying through the core of a fucking moon. Oh boy. Notice that the health bar has not disappeared yet.
Oh, I hate Magic Pixel.
Fare thee well, good AI.
Please look after Father.
And one last thing about the end, actually. Kishimoto was talking about how, like, why it's a moon. We see the moon because apparently the moon is a symbol of death in, I don't know, whatever culture it is. It might even be a monomyth for all I know. But, you know, it's fitting for a creature known as the End to be... You can't perceive it properly, so your mind fills in the gaps. We don't know what Sonic and Sage saw. For all we know, Sonic saw fucking infinite, like, instead of a big moon.
Sonic saw the part of the moon that was shot up in Sonic Adventure 2, because remember, we only see the good side.
I want someone to mod it to be the Barrel of Death from Sonic 3.
And then you crack its, like, shell, and then you get a proper supersonic boss. That would be amazing. But yeah, there you go. That's how Frontiers ended. I do wish it had a bit more polish, but overall, I really enjoyed Frontiers. I haven't had this much fun with a Sonic game in many a year, and it's not because it's a perfect game, and it's not because it's a super polished game. I do think it is more polished than a lot of games we had in the past, but not to the degree it may be needed for such a big open world. But this made me fall back in love with Sonic again. You know, it's so nice to be able to have a game that you can just discuss the ins and outs of, instead of everyone just going, oh, it's shit, never mind, ignore it, move on, when's the next game coming out? No, we have a game with ambition again, and I'm gonna be as blunt as I can here. Sonic Team, outside of maybe the original games, the 2D games, has never been Nintendo tier in terms of development and, you know, the quality of the people working there. With all due respect to the people who are currently working there, this is them trying. Maybe they could have tried a little bit harder, but everything from, you know, the open world design to the script to the cyberspace levels, even with all those flaws inherent to them, just I enjoyed it. The gameplay loop was very satisfying. Do I want them to continue to iterate on this, as they've said they're going to do? Absolutely. I feel we can get to a middle ground between this Breath of the Wild style thing and, like, the IDW comics world, and I think we've got a lot of good stuff to look forward to, including the upcoming DLC, which we will be covering. I'm not sure, like, what we'll do for the first two of them. Maybe we'll put them together, but the third one will definitely be us three meeting up again to check this out. So I'm going to hand over to Flame, and why don't you give us your thoughts on Frontiers, mate?
So, my opinions on Frontiers as a game, you probably recall from when I was first playing this and first giving you my opinions, it's been kind of all over the place. There's things about this that I really like, there's things about this which I really don't like. When I piece it together as a game, like just looking at the full picture, the game itself is okay, and I enjoy my time with it mostly. I like the presentation, I like the tone especially, the story and setting and whatnot. That's all stuff I like, but the bigger picture here, I like what this represents for the series.
Yeah.
This is a game that has stepped away from the very safe approach that Sonic's had for the last decade, and it's shown that not only is it possible to have a Sonic game that steps outside the box and just iterates on what we already know, but it can do that. It can do that and get a decent reception from the fan base, and it can do that and sell.
Oh yeah.
And that opens doors for the entire series as a whole going forward. That's the sort of thing that we needed to see. Because if we look at the series as a whole, as Tom said, Sonic Team, they've had their jank moments over time. We know that. We don't need to do the whole history of Sonic spiel that everyone does. But when they're given the opportunity to put their love into something, they can produce absolute soul. And that's what this brings to the table more than anything. And this is what I want to carry forward. So, while I could rip into things like some of the island challenges are a bit monotonous. I've already talked about Cyberspace is controlled. I can pick apart individual things, but as a big package, I'm glad Sonic Frontiers exists. That's my take on Sonic Frontiers.
Cheers, mate. What about you, Tanner? Bring it on home.
A lot of the same stuff that Flame's saying, where it's between what it does for the story of the franchise, the lore, kind of piecing it together, combined with, I think, a super solid base to work off of.
Yeah.
Well, yes, some people view that the open world is just a boring test environment, as some people say. Even then, it is fun to run around in. So going forward, taking what we have and applying different level designs, different level tropes, maybe making it be, the same sort of thing, but set in a city or something. I think there's a lot of good that can come from that. So I am super looking forward to where we go from here. And, but as a game itself, I enjoyed this more than most Sonic games in the past long while.
I wonder if cream and sticks are free.
Ah!
Yeah.
Oh my god. And yeah, that is, again, that idea of how, it feels like Ian Flynn is just taking the world and kind of putting it all together to make it more coherent, and I love that. I'm so excited for the future.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. I am excited for the future of Sonic. Frontiers may not be a top 5 game, maybe not even a top 10, but what it represents is priceless. Should we reward Sonic Team for putting out a game that only represents something instead of being something itself? No, but I feel Frontiers kind of straddles the line. It is a good game, maybe not necessarily a great one, but, I hate to, appeal to sales and whatnot, but it's continuing to sell by the bucket load. By the truckload, even. A truck filled with buckets, if you will.
This is exactly what people wanted, yeah.
Indeed, yeah, and just bodes well for the future. And Azuka says there's plenty more stuff coming this year. In fact, they, at the time of us recording this, started advertising the next batch of Sonic Prime episodes, so that's going to be cool. This song, though.
Yes.
Nathan Sharp. Nate wants to battle. He went from, doing his own covers, doing covers of Sonic songs like Live and Learn, etc., to covering Endless Possibility during the Sonic Symphony in 2022. Or was it 2021? Yeah, either or. And yeah, here he is, singing a song with the subtext of Sonic Team reaching out to us and just wanting to do their best, really. I implore you to go check out the lyrics to One Way Dream on your own time. You may even get a little bit of a lump in your throat if you're as sentimental as me.
What I really like about the ending sequence that led into this, the parallels there, and the game that I would say this ending reminds me most of, with Sonic and Tails on the plane as the theme kicks in. You see where I'm going with that?
Yeah. I would argue the better game, because it has a more fleshed out world, as it were. Not that Frontiers didn't have a good world, it was going for a desolate, kind of vibe, with empty islands and whatnot. It feels weird to criticise it for that, but, there's ways you could have maybe fluffed it up a little bit. But, yeah, love Unleashed, love Frontiers. It's not a coincidence that Otani was, the major composer for both of them. He just has the kind of vibe I love from, Sonic.
That ending sequence is beautiful here. I will say though, if you're playing this on the normal difficulty, it plays Vandalize instead, which is also a fantastic song that I absolutely adore. The problem is, because it's a little bit shorter than One Way Dream, it doesn't overlap the cutscene. So the end of the cutscene is just against an awkward silence until the song kicks in.
Also, it's the odd one out because it wasn't written for Frontiers. I'm pretty sure it's just a song onto itself.
It was a song originally, but they rewrote it a bit for certain lines to make it fit the story of Frontiers.
Yes.
There's some that are just because they wanted to make it about Sonic, but the other parts is, the line, fuck the pain away. They needed to change that because that can't be in a Sonic game.
But my bed is in ruins, you don't understand.
Yeah, it goes deeper than just those couple of lines. Like, the entire fucking song is just like about coping using sexual relationships and shit. And it's like, yeah, that's probably not what they want in Sonic.
Oh, can I just say, something that I know a lot of people were a bit sad of is the lack of Crush 40. But at the same time, I think with the people that we got for this one, I think it goes to show that you don't need to have Crush 40 to do songs for Sonic, lyrical ones.
Yeah.
Because the variety that are presented here, I really like what we're given. And so, yeah, Crush 40 is for many people the sound of vocal Sonic, but I really enjoyed what we have here from, these other artists and other bands.
I love June, I love Johnny. I wouldn't want a Sonic franchise without them. But like Tanner said, they are not the be-all and end-all when it comes to music, lyrically, in this franchise. And I feel like if you don't open your mind a little bit and give other things a chance, how are you even still a Sonic fan at this point? This whole thing requires a little bit of give and take. And, while they certainly deserve to be criticised for their handling of the franchise, the character is still as endearing to me as ever, and I still mostly enjoy the games they put out. So, thank you, Kishimoto. You've come a long way from Secret Rings, my friend, I can tell you that much.
Oh, yeah.
It's still underrated. Fuck the police coming straight from the underground.
Black Knight's Path.
Whatever. Storybook for life.
I did not think at all that there was going to be an after credits, so when this popped up, I pogged off so hard.
Father?
That's my girl.
I'm so glad Sage is going to remain a character in this franchise, because it's been a while since we had like a proper reoccurring original character. Like, look at Infinite. He could have had a load of cool reappearances and whatnot, but no. Shove him away. He's inside the Phantom Ruby, I guess, at this point. But, yeah, I think we're all done and dusted here, folks, so thank you so much for watching the HellfireComms playthrough of Sonic Frontiers. We will be back to cover the DLC sometime in 2023, but coming up next, we've got a little bit of Deltarune Chapter 2 with Mr. Tanner over here.
I'm excited for that.
Indeedy so. I don't know what we're going to do with Flame. I'll find something to make him busy, I guess. But yeah, sign-off time. I've been Tom64.
I've been the Flameclaw.
And I've been Tanner of the North.
And we'll see you next time for another HellfireComms playthrough. Bye-bye.